How did I feel about the results at the Armagh? That was some rough fucking days. That was some really rough days.
Heading into an RMR, you've already had very poor results for a long time. The players can obviously, they're smart people. They can put one and one together. They know that if they lose here, they're probably going to be changes.
Obviously, you could feel the tension. It's the Armagh, like it's the worst season. I have to say, like it's worse than the major. It's worse than all these other tournaments because it's so much on the line. And of course, when you get closer to it, you start to feel that.
The pressure will always be there. I actually don't even think it matters that much what you say, because the reality is this is performance, this is competition, and that's the reality of the situation, right?
Config needs to be quick now. Woxic's done it. An eternal fire. Securing overpass, securing the best of one. A win to start off their major campaign and relief.
It's fucking okay. We're gonna play fucking much better now in the second game. But I want you to be more loose. Loose as a player, bro. You're fucking great. You're fucking legends. Show it in the server. Show, pick them, and play with fucking 2 balls, as we did in practice.
If you look at the actual matches in the RMR, they were actually very close. A match versus Eternal Fire. We sort of felt like we threw that one. We still felt really strong on overpass. Heading into overpass again versus Amcal, I think we were very confident. But you know, we went into overtime. Things were a bit shaky. I think we lost a few match points.
Coming right up with that move, it's Forrester that denies the bomb plant, and it won't be the Cinderella end to this story.
I don't know, just emptiness right now. I know that between both games and it's the hardest when you lose 2 games that you have chances to win.
It's just kind of sad to see because we've been working so damn hard this month, and we're not showing what we have done. So
Yeah, I mean, what went wrong? Like, I don't know. Like, I think after we lost the 2 first matches, that's when the boys really hit. And I remember in the 3rd match, the deciding match, we lost map 1, and we went out. And I had a feeling that I wanted this more than they did, or maybe I believed at least more in it than they did. And for me, that was when it was done. Maybe you recall, Matt, like I was just sitting in front of the room to listen to the voices. And I think actually they fought in that one. By listening to them, you would not understand, like you would not think that they were getting their ass kicked. But they did. The previous Armagh, we made it. I remember when we kicked out, another team and the players, with tears in their eyes coming out of the room. It's and back then, like, I didn't think it was that bad. But once you've been there, you understand. I don't think we were much better. I think in that way, yeah, it's justified. But the amount of work that the boys put in, all of them, I think they did more than what we showed. Yo, good morning.
How are you, Jules?
Dead.
Yeah.
Physically and mentally.
I can imagine.
Okay, so this is where my brain is at right now, and I mean, obviously you all deserve to know this. I am looking at Dania, Krelle, and Patrick. From my point of view, it's going to be Daniel and those 3 players. I do think I really want the feedback from Trolls here, because you've been around the team as well.
So obviously I had the thoughts as well, because I had a feeling of what was coming. And what you're saying now is the exact same conclusion I came to yesterday.
Yeah, I mean,
I do think we need a big change.
yeah, exactly. It's I fully agree with that. It's not my call on the knowledge of the deep CS side, but I would much rather, in point from my point of view, blow up one too many than one too few.
One of my main philosophies is that the head coach owns the team. We obviously can't start picking up players before we get the head coach.
What is the play here? Removing Daniel and trying to lock in Exist ASAP? Is that the move?
Richard, you son of a bitch.
I'm Richard Exist Landström, and I'm the head coach of NIP. The main reason why I wanted to go back to NIP is that I think it's an organization that really wants to win, and we kind of share that vision. Of course, they have Threat, who is also back. I really enjoyed working with him. When I was a player in NIP, he was my coach. That was a big part of why I wanted to come here. And of course, Truls, who is now Director of Performance in NIP. I worked with him in Heroic. So there's a lot of familiar faces who I kind of share the same vision with.
I've been his IGL back in 1.6, I've been his coach in CSGO, and now I'm his manager and he is the coach.
First, we looked at Young Ninjas, who is there, who's available. Maxter has been performing very well, and he has grown as a person as well a lot during his time in Young Ninjas.
At that time, Young Ninja started to having some really good results. This was also a combination of Spray and Mistem building a really good system, and also the rest of the players in that team. We were looking at a few other players, but then Max it's like he really wanted this spot. He was just playing better and better. They were taking maps off Fnatic. They were like overtime versus Heroic, and Max was just their MVP almost every single map.
It's gonna be a fucking brawl.
So picking him up was a no-brainer for us, and that left us with the Opper.
We looked at a lot of offers. There were a lot of talks with a lot of players. Like, if you've heard any rumors, probably partly true that we talked to them. We sort of knew we wanted to go away from the more passive style of head trick. We really felt like with the players we had, we needed someone more aggressive. We had a first chat with Wrinkle, and to be honest, it went sort of so-so.
I'm just annoyed with these fucking managers. I just want to talk to Wrinkle, because I don't know if Wrinkle is actually nice and so scared when he's sitting there with his manager.
Maybe we can ask if we can talk to him alone. A mistake that we did from our part was that it was me, Threat, and Trolls, and only him in the meeting. So it's basically a 3-on-1, and he was a bit nervous.
On the other side, it's moving very fast if we want it to move very fast. Like, that could be probably signed this week if we wanted to sign this week.
I think Rilla's talking last chance with Wrinkle today, 1-on-1.
Wasn't his English too bad?
Yeah, but we also, because like he's just playing so fucking good, we just want to see how he is without his manager, because he seemed so stiff when he was there.
It was kind of awkward.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Exist, he was like, no, let's talk to him again. I looked at demos, he's super awesome. He had a 1-on-1 with him. He did much better. And now we, obviously got one of the biggest upcoming players of 2023.
Oh, the second flick is absolutely marvelous onto Nikodas.
I remember the first time they played a LAN event, it was in Pro League, and I saw him standing up, yelling towards the opponents, and I couldn't believe this was the same person.
Guys, you need to step up!
During this entire period of time, we were talking to a lot of players that would fit the anchor role.
I mean, I gave Threat basically 2 names, and Isaac was one of them on top of that list. He's just consistently very good, and he's a very good team player. He performs, I would say, even better under stress on big stages. And he just has that experience, you know. He knows what to do. We don't need to tell him what to do. And it just gives everyone else a comfort, I would say.
Getting in the right people, building on character, building on the right culture, building our culture, I think that's huge. We want people and players who want to be here, who want to work, who want to win, and who want to win together. And I think anyone who would spend a day with these guys that we have now would see that that really reflects these guys.
Este. Perfect.
If you want to win trophies, first of all, of course, you need to be skilled. If you want to win consistently, you need to have good team chemistry, you need to have a good team bonding, right? And I think we're getting there. I think everyone enjoys being in this team and we're having a lot of fun together while traveling, while playing, while practicing. So I really think that we have what it takes. Now it's just about becoming better every day.
Waiting to make the decision later than doing it in September was probably a very good idea. I mean, if we look at other teams that made more drastic roster decisions back then, didn't turn out that well. I mean, obviously they will recover, but they're sort of falling a little bit behind.
When you start a new team, you're basically gonna start from zero. I think we started on 60 something, maybe even worse. So that means you have to play every qualifier. You're not gonna get directly invited to the big tournaments.
Before the player break, we just finalized our roster. We had 3 tournaments, 1 online tournament, and then we ended with 2 LAN tournaments.
I think Jalla was super important for us, just to get that confidence that we can do some really good damage against very good teams. I mean, we beat teams like Astralis and Heroic who has tons of experience and are ranked like, I think, 6 and 9 or something like this in the world.
The kill? Bro, you win the round. You win the round, brother.
One will be camera. You got this.
Don't give Rick all the serious down if he wins this. Oh, he gets the Incendiary out to buy time. Taps the bomb to force the... Oh, no way! Wrinkle's making it happen. Jumps straight onto the defuse and he's gonna one-time it. Wrinkle takes the map! It's possibly the play of the tournament. He's got a perfect opportunity. If K-Sarata joining in, they should be absolutely fine. These are the kills that really matter, Kai. We need more than one. The time's on the clock. Cello good for 1. NIP looking to close it now. They've done it! And Max the finishes.
Getting points this early, we did not really expect to get it, but them coming second, almost winning the final. We were up 1-0 in maps versus Mongols, and then heading to Argentina and coming to the semi-final. Obviously we gained a lot of points, which is obviously super positive for us. We were in a very good spot now, getting directly to the RMR, which is very nice, but we don't expect results this early. We really truly focus on the process. I think people should be excited about NIP again, because we're on a good trajectory. The first main event will be the Blast groups, where we will play a lot of the top 10 teams. So this will be sort of our first, we did beat Astralis, but this will be the first time we get, proper LAN matches versus only top tier teams.